I want to thank you for joining me today. And before we get started, as always, all the messages that are released on this channel are my truth. That is exactly what it is, what it always will be, and that is my truth. Now, my truth consists of a bunch of experiences that I've gained clarity from, which ultimately took me back to the real me, which is truth. Now, I'm not trying to convince you that my truth is the gospel. However, my truth is the gospel for me. That does not make it the gospel for you, nor will I ever try to make it the gospel for you. By me being on this platform, I am simply placing breadcrumbs on the path that I've already walked. Now, if you find yourself on a similar path and you resonate with said breadcrumbs and you say, you know what, I like that, I want to follow that, that's cool. If not, that's cool as well. My purpose is to assist those who are ready to get out of their own way. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Today, we're going to jump right back into some more talk on love. So, what is love? What is love? And, you know, on this journey, I can say this for sure. I've been hurt more times than I can count. And I had like real love for these people. I only know how to love unconditionally. I don't know why or how this is possible. Like, that's how I am wired. I only can give unconditional love. So I love very deep, very deep. And so I don't allow too many people in my circle. So when I get hurt, it doesn't feel too good. Now, because of how I was raised, I didn't allow too many people, really no one, to get deep. I love people and I allowed them in, but not deep. The only ones that I allowed deep were family, and those are the ones that pretty much caused the most damage, was the family, right? But nevertheless, even though I've been hurt, I never gave up on love. Now, I might have walled up a couple times and basically was like not letting people in. I'm just not going to take women serious, blah, 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 whatever, that whole spiel. But I would always come back to love, because that's just who I am. There's no way I can't escape it. It always pulls me right back to love, because that's just who I am. That is where I'm the most happiest, is in the love arena. And it's not even about being with someone. It's not. It's about accessing that love that is within us all. The problem is, a lot of people don't give themselves a chance to love themselves, to access that love that's within themselves. So they don't access that love until they have someone in front of them. That's when they decide, oh, now I can love you. No, you can love yourself. Self-love is the true first love you need to have, is love of self. But let's look at the scale again. Now, when we look at the scale over here to the left, love is 500. 500. So to even come out your mouth, to even move your lips, to even think about saying, I don't want love, or love sucks, or love anything bad in that order is crazy. Love is vibrating at 500. So how can you even move your lips to say anything like that? The problem is our selection in partners is the problem. Love does not suck. Our selection in partners is what sucks. If you are trying to love someone and this person states they love you and they're this, that, and the other, and tells you all this and that, and they're lying, okay, we were fooled. Dang, that person got me. Asshole. That's that person, not love. Love had nothing to do with that. That person came in with an ulterior motive, got what they wanted, and dipped out. How did they get in? Where did I leave the hole at? Okay, boom, that's how they got in. That's what I'll fix. You fix that. Now that hole is fixed. No one can come in through that hole again. So now what this does is this elevates your level of love. Now people who are vibrating at your level of love can access you. Can other people still access you? Absolutely. So you just have to have discernment on who is worthy of that love and who isn't. If you make another bad selection, find out again. All right, cool. How did this person fool me? Oh, okay, I do this way. All right, let me fix that. Move accordingly. That's all it's about. Love is the most beautiful thing we can experience. And with the right partner. But we're used to what appeals to the eyes and all these different you're trying to get all these different senses. Oh, this person looks good. Oh, that person got a fat ass. Oh, this person got a lot of money. Oh, we can go do this. See, none of that got anything to do with love. Nothing. Those are nice attributes and things to have, but where is the love? If you're not looking for love and you just want to have fun, all right, then hey, you do what you do. But I can tell you this, without love, there's not much left. Pleasure it's pleasure is going to get boring because it has nothing, there's no feel in it. That feel, that connection, that bond is love. But we'll say we don't want love. Love hurts. Love is pain. All these different things, right? Oh, I could get hurt. You know what that means? Look at 100. Fear. That's where you're at. You're in fear. So look at the difference. That's 400 gap. And this is the problem. If you introduce any of these lower emotions, when it comes to love, which is 500. So I'm going to get with you. I'm all in, right? I'm fully invested in you. So I'm at 500, but you got 100 because, oh, what if you hurt me? What if you do the what? Blah, blah. So now you're going to introduce problems into this relationship. Then there's self-sabotage, boom, boom, boom. Now, and this is why you get hurt, and this, that, and the other. Learn from that mistake and keep it moving. It had nothing to do with love. It got something to do with that person. That person just wasn't ready. Chalk it up as that, whatever you want to chalk it up as, but don't put a bad spin on love. Luke 6:45. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Your speech is going to reflect what is in your heart, how you feel. So if you're hurt, your speech is going to reflect hurt. And because you're reflecting out hurt, that's what you're calling in. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. If you create a reality of all men are dogs, guess what you're going to attract? Every guy you come across is going to be a dog because that's what you believe. That's what you stated out your mouth. So this is what you're telling your subconscious mind to, hey, bring that guy in. Now, see, consciously, you're going to say, that's not what I want, but that's what you're saying you want. Then you're adding emotion and feeling to that. That is how the universe responds to you. Okay, well, all men are dogs. Well, make sure you only get dogs. That's it. That's how it works. Clear up your mind and clear up your speech. It matters. And if the person is real, don't be in love with the illusion that I was all up in this because like I said, want to experience that real, true love, not no BS, real, true love. But for a long time, I got caught up in the illusion of love. I don't want the illusion. But now I understand, but because of all these individuals that hurt me in the past, now I'm like, okay, it just made me more and more stronger. I just patched up every place that there was a entry point from the inner through the heart. So now, in essence, by going through all of that hurt, it made me stronger. And it actually makes me love even more. The level of love that I have now is more than I've ever felt into any previous point. And this is after being hurt 57 times. Who knows the amount of time? But it just built me up to be that much more stronger. It did not break. It is a choice if you're going to let this break you down. 1 Corinthians 13, 4, 5. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it keeps no record of wrongs. If a person truly loves you, you're going to see it through their actions and how they make you feel. Yes, it's nice to hear all these nice words and this, that, and the other, but are those words matching up to what their actions are doing? If not, you might want to evaluate that relationship. When it's true love, they're not going to do you wrong. We're just settling. That's all that has been up until this point. Now, I don't settle anymore, which is why I've been single for 3 years now. That's because I've been building on myself. And now I understand love and how to reflect back in relationships and all that stuff. So my choice in a partner, it's that partner is going to be able to have to be able to reflect that back. I will not settle for anything less than it. I just won't, because I've learned through all of the heartache. That's the whole purpose of getting hurt, is to learn. Pain is a corrective action. You fall and you scrape your knee. How did I fall? Oh, I tripped right. Oh, I ain't gonna trip over that no more, I bet. Like it's a corrective action. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Oh, that person broke my heart. How did they break my heart? See, people are just stopping there. They broke my heart. You're an asshole. Blah blah. You just putting all this that, but then you're not reflecting back on how did I let this happen? What happened? What was? Reflect back, then fix it, then move on. That's it. 1 Corinthians 13:2. If I had the gift of prophecy and can fathom all the mysteries, all the knowledge, and I have faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. What was the last word you said? I am nothing. You should never talk about you don't want no love. Love is everything. Love is your essence. Look at where love is at on the scale. And please tell me you don't want to vibrate at 500. And look at everything that is under 500. So when you start moving from love, you don't think when somebody comes and they vibrate under love, you don't think you're going to be able to pick that person out who's got guilt and shame and fear and anger and they got pride up in them and the way they talking, the way they moving. You don't think you're going to be able to point that out now that you're sitting in love? Yeah, you're going to be able to point it out. That's why it's important to go to love. 1 Corinthians 13:13. And now these three remain: faith, hope, love. But the greatest of these is love. Like, once again, I started this message off. What is love? That's how I started this message. What is love? Well, let me tell you. 1 John 4:8. God is love. Let me repeat that again, because that's not a parable. That's a complete sentence. God is love. That's what love is. So once again, you should never utter out of your mouth, I don't want love. Because once again, 1 John 4:8, God is love. I'm going to let that marinate. Because that is pure at his core is love. At your core is love. Are you tapping into that core? It's a choice. I'm going to leave it there. And as always, if you got anything out of this message, I hit you like, subscribe, and I will definitely check you in the next message.